Could everyone who is not speaking please mute their microphones? During the executive session, I couldn't understand or hear anyone but Ms. Odell. So if everyone could mute their microphones, and also those in the room, please speak more loudly, because I couldn't hear or understand anyone but Ms. Odell during that executive session.
For some reason, the boardroom screen is on mute, so we can't hear anything you're saying there. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's back it up. Next on the agenda, we have to board code of ethics and conduct policy. Do we have a motion in this?
Chairman.
All right, we have a second. Do we have, before we proceed, do we have any discussions about today's procedure? You want to make a motion?
Oh, I'm sorry, Chairman. Mr. Butler is trying to get your attention. Mr. Butler?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, unless you've already done so, you need to announce that no votes or actions are taken in executive session.
Yeah, I believe nobody heard me, but there were no votes taken on action.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second
For
for
discussion,
discussion.
or do we need to make a motion first?
We need a motion.
To enter into the discussion about the ethics policy and code of conduct.
But I'm asking if we need a motion on the floor
Yes,
before we have discussion in a second. But there's been no motion. I mean, there's been,
Oh, you didn't care about it.
I'm just looking for advice to do this.
no, Director Stone is correct. We need a motion on the floor.
For the purpose of this discussion, right?
Correct.
All right, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to make a motion. I want to be very careful how this is executed. I'm going to move to censor Director Edminster for violating 3 provisions of the Code of Conduct and Ethics Policy. In particular, he surreptitiously recorded an executive session of a board meeting in violation of board standard number 7. Number 2, he disclosed on at least 2 occasions confidential CAT information he gleaned because of his board membership to aid an outside party whose interests are directly adverse to CATs in violation of standard number 7. And number 3, he communicated with CAT staff regarding CAT policies, practices, procedures, operations, employee relations, complaints, grievances, business, or financial affairs without the CEO or the executive director's presence or her advance express approval. And that is in violation of standard 8. Before I make the motion to censor, I'm going to call the board's attention that director administer surreptitiously recorded the board's January 26, 2021 executive session. Number 2, he disclosed to the attorney suing CAP on behalf of Carl Malden statements relevant to the Malden lawsuit, even after he was instructed by CAP's attorney not to speak with Malden's attorney regarding the case. He disclosed to Ms. Malden herself after she filed her lawsuit internal CAP information regarding actions taken by the interim CEO. He communicated in comments exchanged on Facebook with current CAP staff, including operators, regarding Ms. Malden's termination, including staff's complaints and grievances, and regarding CAP's business or financial affairs. Director administers misconduct is causing great harm to CAP, and we must show our disapproval of this behavior. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, I move that we censure Director Edmonds.
I second. We got a motion and a second. Do we have a discussion pertaining to this issue? Yes. I got Director Adams. What will the censure do? Basically, you can't do this private.
Public record.
From our public reprimand to, what we need to keep between both.
So it's a public display, it's a public reprimand. Yes. But that's all.
You have anything else?
Is it possible for me to make a statement after the vote?
Discussion is now.
During a discussion period?
Yeah, I'm going to see if the vote is.
We will allow. We allow. Keep it brief.
Done with discussion, Chairman.
Yes.
Okay. Director Emister,
No.
Director Odell,
Yes.
Director Stone,
Yes.
Director Lockett,
Yes.
Director Adams, Director Robinson, not present. Director Leggett,
Abstain.
okay. Director O'Halloran,
I'm sorry, I just came back. I need to get a beverage. Am I voting on a motion
yes, sir.
for censure?
Yes, sir.
Then yes.
Yes. Thank you, Chairman Cody.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Give us a few minutes. Check on this.
Mr. Butler, are you present?
I am present, but I can't, I haven't been able to understand or hear anything that's said in the room.
I think I need Mr. Butler's input on this because My understanding was that abstention is acceptable. Maybe someone who's close to the microphone can ask Mr. Butler.
Mr. Butler, can an elected official abstain from a vote?
Yes. Yes, the confusion comes from the fact that county commissioners, under their rules, are not allowed to abstain, but the CAT board members can abstain, yes.
Thank you.
Can we just have someone explain what this all means? Either Ty or Andrew, preferably Ty, I guess, because I can hear him. I haven't been able to hear the boardroom much either.
I'm sorry, Dr. O'Halloran.
If you came
What-
up, yes, sir. Okay, Mr. Andrew is going to come up, Mr. Walker.
Yeah, just so we're aware of what this actually means, and the public should be aware of it.
Director O'Halloran?
Yes,
Okay.
Can you hear me, Director O'Halloran? This is Andrew.
yes, Andrew, perfectly clear.
Okay, can everybody else hear me?
Yes,
Okay. I've been asked to explain just what this all means. What is a censure? What is the role of the censure process? A censure by a board is a public reprimand. It is an expression of the board's sense, the board's consensus, that a member has acted inappropriately. And that's it. That's the end of this process. That's the end of the proceeding. This is not under parliamentary rules, under Roberts. This is not what Roberts calls a disciplinary action. It's possible, in other words, a hearing with a trial and so forth. That's not what this is. Formal disciplinary proceedings in a parliamentary sense occur in boards, for example, that are empowered to remove members for misconduct and take other actions such as fining them. CAT's board does not have that authority itself. And an option to CAT's board is to conduct a censure, which expresses in public the board's decision to publicly reprimand a member, and that is it. If you refer to, I believe it's the last page or the last 2 pages of the board's code of conduct, there it discusses the escalating types of discipline that can occur, and censure is sort of near the bottom or the top, depending on how you look at it, one of the least severe forms of discipline of a board member. Does that help?
Yes, it does. I thought there was also a provision in there from last time I looked at it that the board does have the right to remove a member if needed. Wasn't that one of the 8 or 9?
no, Dr. O'Halloran. There are alternative sanctions by which the board can request the appointing authority, in this case would be the city of Savannah, the appointing authority to withdraw the appointment or to not to renew the appointment. There's also the ultimate that would be a request either to the Superior Court of Chatham County or to the governor to remove board member. So, but the board by itself does not have the power or authority to remove a member or expel a member.
Okay, thank you.
Ty,
Yes, sir.
any more with that? Could it be referred to the city attorney about the removal or any other disciplinary action for this city appointee?
The only sanction that would go to the city and to the under the advice of the city attorney would be a formal request by the board, made by a motion and majority vote, request to the city to withdraw the appointment of the board member. But none of the other sanctions are subject to the city's approval or to the city attorney's counsel.
Okay, because I from the way it sounds right now, it's almost again a direction that I have to make a report or bring up to speed the mayor and the city attorney where we're going to go moving forward.
Well, that's certainly within your discretion, and also as a representative who's been appointed to the board by the city, that's certainly appropriate for you to do that.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
To my fellow board members, I'm sorry, and I apologize. I've been troubled by the decisions of this board. I feel I did not always do my best to meet my concerns to you. In my 3+ years on this board, I have always tried to bring people in and not shut people out. I lost sight of how important it is to build consensus and maintain open lines of communication. I do admit to all the accusations brought forward today. This century is the consequence that I face after being warned of my violations.
Can we talk closer to the mic? I can't hear a thing.
Miss, are you able to get closer?
I say right.
Okay.
Both cause and explanation are being provided to me today. Unfortunately, the termination of Ms. Malden was done without cause or explanation. To this day, 4 months later, neither this community nor myself nor Ms. Malden has ever been given a reasonable explanation for her filing. Sadly, it seems I am being reprimanded with more care and deliberation than Ms. Malden ever had. I'm being reprimanded not for not being a responsible board member and violating the code of conduct. However, it is my belief that my responsibility is not to any policy nor to the status quo, but to the taxpayers and Savannah riders whose investment and time this board has needlessly and carelessly put at risk. To the writing public, I am sorry for all the disruption that this has caused. To Ms. Malden, I am sorry for the way you were treated and the reckless termination from a job you clearly loved. And to my fellow board members, I apologize for trying to do my job. I hope and pray that we can come together for the betterment of our entire community and do better. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Anderson. Do you have any further discussion? I want to add to that comment, Mr. Emerson. We've carefully gone over all the issues of code conduct and our ethics. And I think that the proof is overwhelming against you to say that you did admit that you did something wrong. Earlier in the discussion, what I want to touch on is the fact that the board, because as far as my recollection, I don't believe the board did anything wrong. One, and I think that we have already proven it. So when you were talking about you fired her without cause.
We did legally.
Legally, we fired her without cause. But we had discussions concerning the issues that we had with our freedom. And fortunately, or unfortunately, however you want to perceive this to be, we had a unanimous decision. And we got a 9-member board. 6 of those members chose to move this agency forward for the purpose of the well-being of this agency. And if we got 3 members that disagree, that to me is your opinion. And with that being said, we all had the same information that you all got, all 9 of us got the same information. If we came out of that executive session and 6 of us voted to move on, what I'm trying to get everyone to understand is this is the reason our country has a democracy. This is the reason we have a voting system set up. Because you're gonna have difference of opinion. But normally, when you got a 6-3, I believe in the 6 more so than the 3. This is the reason everything goes down to a vote. And I think with the country as a whole, what we're going through now, with everybody challenging the vote, is trying to destroy our democracy. And I think that it's not only on a bigger scale, it's on a smaller scale, and it starts in these rooms just like this. And we're gonna have to respect the system, because that's what this is. And to this point, to this day, this board has done nothing. And it's been proven time and time again. And we still are hearing people's opinion, your opinion. And in my opinion, I stand behind the board decision that we made to this point. We did everything by the book. Everything our attorneys told us to do, the 6 of us. I don't know, I can't speak for the 3 of you, but the 6 of us that voted to move on this agency board did that for the betterment of this agency. And that's all we've been doing ever since. Before this vote came up, when we unfortunately chose to move this agency forward without our previous CEOs. Before we came to that date, I thought this board is doing what we're supposed to be doing, because it's all about the people, it's all about our community, it's all about our neighbors, it's all about the members on this board. And only thing we try to get everybody to understand is we are a team, and we are responsible for an agency. And by that, being responsible for this agency, that means making the right decisions, the majority of the decisions. And when that comes into play, we can't pick and choose our battles. You know, we can't go lashed out against a board that, in my opinion, never did anything wrong. And I haven't gotten anything from any member that disagreed with this to tell us what did we do wrong. Everything was done by the book, everything. And we can't hold our democracy accountable for one's opinion, for the minority opinion. And when we begin to do that, we begin to question our own democracy. So moving forward, all the decisions that we've made in the previous months and today these are tough decisions, you know, and it takes a group of people to make these tough decisions. But after that vote is taken, after that decision is made, majority, you know, and it's unfortunate that this did cause a rift between board members, which should never be. You know, majority decision is our ultimate goal in life. You know, I mean, this is it. We can't question. What's that?
Mike, that's right.
But we don't have to agree with this. And moving forward, I think that this agency is going in a positive direction. It truly is, and the paperwork itself, everything that we've done is on paper. Everything we've told is true. You know, I don't know what your truth is, but it's true.
That is a shock.
It is, but we can go to our paperwork and prove it.
That is a shock.
Wonderful. All right, with that being said, Mr. Evans, if we don't have any more discussion on this matter. Thank you.
Thanks all.
Thank you.
Meeting has adjourned.